All right, let's take a look today at this portable, or also known as folding, 400-watt solar panel made by MHPOWOS. I think that's how you pronounce it, MHPOWOS. Link and everything will, of course, be down in the description. Let's cover some stats. So when you get the panels, they come in this rigid fabric-covered case right here. Has a carrying handle, Velcros together, and as you guys can see, they open up like this. I'll show you guys how to install them in a minute. This array includes 1, 2, 3, 4 panels for a total combined potential solar output of 400 watts. Now, these panels weigh 27 pounds, and if you flip it over on the back here, has a maximum power voltage of 31 volts at 12 amps. They're claiming a 23.5% efficiency. On the back side here, they have a zipper compartment. The wire coming out, you guys could see here with 2 MC4 cables, is the output for the solar panels. They include an instruction booklet, and then what I thought was a really nice setup here for the connectors, MC4, and then it branches off into all kinds of standard plug-in. So this is pretty much going to cover just about any option that you have, whether you're charging the power bank with it or some other system there. But real nice, high quality. Let's take a look at how you fold these out and put it back together. All right, to set these up, choose a flat portion of ground. I'm pointing right there to little stands which are held to the bag via Velcro. Locate where they open outwards and position that downward. Unlatch the handle, and this can be a little bit challenging, but it's manageable. Pull that first little support out, lean it on there, and then accordion out the rest of the panels. Now, it also sometimes helps to pull that last one down, but you will inevitably have to readjust. It looks a little cumbersome, but when you do it a time or two, you get used to it. Now, of course, if you have a rigid thing that you could lean this up against, like, say, your RV, for example, or a wall, that would be ideal. But each one of those panels has that Velcro support that pulls out, holds it up just like that. Now, to put it back together, it typically goes a little faster. I found that if you grab in the middle, push that forward, and then take the 2 outer edges and fold those in, and then you put together the handle. The little supports have a tendency just to kind of fall back in place on their own. All right, so as you guys can see, it's not too bad to spread these out, and it's especially quick to actually put them away. So what's my final take on this? Well, I think the biggest question that should be asked is why portable solar panels? Now, these are becoming more and more popular on the market, and I personally think they're a really, really good alternative. I'll link it in the description below, but I actually took this very set of solar panels out of my last camping trip in my van. In my van, I had actually retrofitted, added a second solar charge controller and an external hookup so I could take foldable or portable solar panels such as this one, lay it out at the campsite and plug it in addition to what I have on the roof. And I think these really are a great option for situations like that. Now, this particular one, 400 watts, that's a lot of solar capacity and potential. And I think the biggest advantage of these portable panels or foldable panels is the fact that you can position them exactly how you want towards the sun, which I'm sure most of you know, the solar panel efficiency is highly dependent upon how it's focused on the sun. Now, I'm not against having solar panels mounted to whatever your camper platform is, van, RV, etc. And I think it's a nice substitute. But one disadvantage of that, well, there's a couple. One of them is it's sometimes hard to position those panels to where it has the most ideal exposure to the sun. And then number two is there's some aerodynamic and weight concerns. Something like this is going to be lighter weight, smaller package. Now the disadvantage, of course, is that you have to set it up, but there's always pros and cons. As I did with my van, I actually like having both options, so I actually added that second solar charge controller and an external hookup to hook these panels up. Now, this particular set performed very well. I'm very happy with them. They produced just as expected. I got in the high 300s, 300 watt range as far as its output, which is very good. That's pretty much what I would expect for something like this. If I had one con, it would be the weight. Now this is 400 watts, so that's a lot of solar, but it can be a little heavy and cumbersome. I don't know if that's necessarily a con. It just is what it is when you have this much capacity. But I will say this: looking on the bright side of that weight, which, as I said, this whole setup in this suitcase here is 27 pounds. The pro of that, though, is if you have a light breeze or a light wind, in my experience, that weight is going to keep this from tipping over or flopping around. Now, of course, if it's super windy, it's going to get a little out of hand. Let's take a couple measurements real quick here, just so you guys know. The total width of this is 36.5. The height is right about 23. And then here is the real significant number, the width. This thing is very narrow. If you compress it, it actually comes in to just about an inch wide at the panels, and you add probably about another inch for this back pocket here. So in my van, for example, this makes it really easy for me to slide this in the back in small spaces and move it around and have no issue. So again, if you guys would like to see an example of how this can be plugged externally into a platform, I'll link my camping video where I took these out in the description also, and you guys can check that out. So there will be a link to purchase this in the description. I get no, I don't sign up for any affiliate programs, so I get no money if you guys purchase it from the site. But depending on when you see this, there will likely be a discount code, so save you guys a few bucks. I think portable solar panels are a great option. I think there's something that we're going to see a lot of in the camping industry in the future. And I think this particular setup and this particular brand seems to work really well. So check it out. Thanks, guys, for watching.